Hey, John, in the lead up to the team going into the bubble, players talked about how important it would be to kind of gain a bit of team unity in the bubble. You've been in the bubble for almost a week now. Have you seen that happen, that sense of team unity kind of growing?
Yeah, absolutely. We've done on pretty much every meal together. We've had some formal team meals with kind of all of our staff and everyone within our party here, our 52 people. So, and in general, us being all on the same hotel floor, being in the players' lounge. We've gone over together over at BMO and gotten outside for a couple of days. Obviously, the time still spent at the rink and just being around each other 24/7. So, been great for the group. I know we were looking forward to it as some of the protocols and some of the restrictions on things and guidelines kind of coming into the bubble kind of kept us around each other at the rink. And obviously, we have to be cautious in what we're doing in and around society. So, yeah, this has been a great week with just getting the team together and being around each other all day.
Chris Johnston, Sportsnet.
Hey, John, I'm wondering what we'll tell you tonight when you're watching the start of this game or the early parts that you guys are doing the things you need to do to have success.
Well, I think we want to be playing with the puck, and I think we know the half of the ice we want to be playing on. So, I think just good execution, decision making, and then when they're generating opportunities, momentum, or they have strong puck possession, I think obviously we want to kill their plays, kill their momentum, do a good job defensively, and get it back as quick as we can.
Kevin McGran, Toronto Star.
Hey, John, does it almost make it easier to focus knowing from the moment you get up to the moment you go to bed, it's all hockey? You got nothing but hockey players around you, teammates, opponents. It's hockey all the time on television, 4 or 5 games. What's that like? Is it motivational? Is it help with focus?
I think it's just unique and it's just a lot of fun. I think at this level, I don't think there's not much difference in terms of what you need to be focused to play at this level, to play in the Stanley Cup playoffs. I think you have an understanding of what that takes and the commitment that brings. It's just a unique environment and something that we've obviously never been through. So you're just trying to enjoy it, and it's got a different feel to it. I know there's been talk. Some of the guys around the league have talked about like the March Madness type of concept, and my experiences, and I'm sure for other guys, either at international events, whether it's the Olympics, World Cup, it's kind of the same kind of ordeal. So I think you draw on some of those experiences, and there's nothing better than playing for the Stanley Cup. So I think just having this opportunity and being in a unique environment, just trying to embrace it and prepare yourself the best you can.
We'll take a couple more for John. We'll go to John Liu from TSN.
Hi, John. Now that Torrance has announced that it's going to be Jonas Korpisalo between the pipes for tonight, what is your experience against him, and scouting reports say that you figure that you'll expect against him?
Yeah, I think we prepared for both guys. Obviously, they've relied on both and have trusted really well, and they've had great seasons. So, we've just tried to do the best job that we can, pre-scouting that and getting the information that we need, and watching video and like I said, just preparing yourself for whoever it may be. They trust both of them strongly. So, obviously having a good season, so we have to be on our game and take advantage of our opportunities.
Last question. We'll give Chris Johnston a follow-up.
Sorry, I just didn't put my hand down, Chris.
No problem. We'll give it to Kevin McGran.
John, you go back into your own room tonight. Will that feel good as well, or will it feel weird that so many other teams have been using it?
I think it just is what it is. I mean, there'll be some familiarity for us being in there, so I'm sure there'll be some comfort. But I think the league's done a really good job of just making it feel at Scotiabank, just making it feel like a neutral site for all teams, obviously us as well. So, but I mean, there'll be some familiarity with certain things, but I think overall the group's just kind of gone with the flow and just knowing that things are going to be different, even when we do get to use our own facilities, our own locker room. So just taking it as it is and preparing for our opponent as best we can.
Thanks for your time, John.
Thanks, everybody.
Sheldon, I was just asking John this. Will it feel a like a boost to go back into your own room, or will it feel a little bit weird knowing that so many people have other teams have used it?
I really just don't think it's a factor at all, to be honest. We prepared our guys to just be comfortable being uncomfortable here in this environment. And, even though we're back in our room, there's areas of it that are closed off and all that kind of stuff. So no matter where we're getting dressed or what side of the building we're on or what bench we're on, we'll be ready to play.
Chris Johnston, Sportsnet.
Hi, Sheldon. I'm wondering how much of the hockey yesterday, the other games, were you able to watch, and did you have any initial thoughts on the quality of it and how it's translated here to start?
I watched a fair bit, before and after, our practices and our meetings and all that kind of stuff that we had. I thought it was good hockey. I thought it was competitive, very physical. All the things that you would expect in playoff hockey. So, I thought it was good. The teams yesterday, I thought, put on a good show.
We can go back to Kevin McGran for a follow-up.
Just as well regarding sort of the life in the bubble and the fact that hockey is all around all the time. You're with your team, your friends, everything is hockey all the time. Does that help? Do you think players focus, not just your team, but I guess every player focus that this is just about hockey? There's no other distractions but hockey?
Well, I think so. I mean, I think playoffs just bring that out of you anyway. I think that's just the nature of it. Frankly, even if you're not inside a bubble this time of year, you're not doing very much. You're putting everything you have into preparing and then practicing and playing, and there's not a whole lot of time for anything else. So, I think this time of year you are focused on what you're doing. It's not to say that you don't have other things outside the game that occupy your mind and that are of concern. Family, of course, being the biggest one, but I think that this time of the year, everybody really is all in, and even the families are used to supporting everybody this time of year to just let them focus on what they need to do.
Bruce Arthur, Toronto Star. Go ahead, Bruce, if you have a question.
Hi, Sheldon. Sorry about that. First time trying this. Given how different this is from everything you've ever done as a coach, given how little this resembles the run-up to a traditional playoffs, what are you certain of in terms of your team and the environment tonight, and how much uncertainty is there to just this entire experience?
Well, I think, there is a certain level of uncertainty in terms of how the games play out. Of course, that's the beauty of sports. I don't know that that's any different at any other time. I would say that there's probably a little bit more uncertainty just because your team hasn't played a lot of games, to get to this point. Sometimes coming into playoffs, your team is really rolling and you're feeling great. Sometimes, your team maybe is stumbling into the playoffs and you're hoping that they can turn it up a notch. And then, in this case, hasn't been a great sample, but all I can go upon is our practice sessions, our meetings, my conversations with the players, and just knowing what they've put into this whole event, going all the way back, really, throughout the pause, but right from the start of phase 2, like there's been a lot of work to get prepared for this. So I think that just has our guys excited, and that has me excited.
Media, raise your hand if you have a question. We'll take one from Luke Fox, Sportsnet.
Hi, Sheldon. I'm wondering what constitutes a really good performance by your third line. Are you just happy with positive shifts, or do you feel because it's the playoffs that you're going to lean on them for more production?
Well, we want production from all of our lines. I mean, we think we have the ability for that to happen. Of course, anytime you can get production from your third or fourth lines, it's a bonus. So much attention is going to be put on our top 2 lines, of course. But if there's any indication, our third line was our best line in the exhibition game we played the other day. So that was a very positive sign for us. Kerfoot and Kapanen were excellent, and those guys are feeling really, really good here now and have been real good a lot of days in a row. They've been really leading for us, and then Robertson brings a lot to that group too. So, I'm excited about that line, but it's going to take everybody.
Luke, you're the only hand up, so you can have a follow-up, and this will be the last question.
Do you take Nick Robertson aside? Do you say anything to him ahead of tonight? His debut, such a big moment.
I spoke with Nick yesterday, really is just, and kind of trying to set him up for this and just give him the peace of mind that he is in fact going to be playing. And that's really it. I mean, we don't want to overthink this for any of our players. We just want to go out and play. And I think, in a situation like Nick, I think it would work out to be a bit of a benefit that there's no fans in the building. He can just go out and focus and do what he needs to do.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Thank you.